Hey friends, welcome back to Ball Homestead. My name is Beverly and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to try a recipe that I saw on Facebook that was on TikTok. It's called McGriddle bites, and I thought the grandkids might really like those. We try to do different things that's kid friendly for supper since Wayne and I don't eat supper at night. So today we're going to try those, and we're going to start out. I've got some sausage over here cooking. We're gonna get that sausage cooked. We probably won't use it all because one likes sausage, one doesn't. We'll do half ham, half sausage. So let's get started. I've just added, this is some of our homegrown pork that we put in the freezer last year and, or earlier this, no, it was last year. This is 2025, I keep forgetting that. We're just going to cook all this. I probably won't use it all today because that's a lot of sausage, but it was thawed, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and cook it all, and I'll pop a little bit in the freezer so I have some prepared for another meal. Just my thinking anyways. A little meal prep. I'm just going to get this cooked up. And I'll show you what it all looks like when it's cooked. All right, we're going to start with our mix now. We're going to use some, I buy mine in bulk at Sam's Club, some pancake mix. And I'm going to, I believe it's 2 cups, but I'm going to double check. Yes, it is 2 cups of pancake mix. We're going to get our measuring cup here. And we're going to measure out 2 cups. And that's 2 cups right here. We're going to put that in our mixing bowl. And now we need a cup and a half of water. You can use milk if you prefer, but I'm just going to use water because my pancake mix is for water. We're going to add a cup and a half of water and whatever else our heart desires for these McGriddle bites. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get me a whisk here and whisk this up. Get that good and mixed. And then half of this we'll add ham to and cheese, and half of it we'll do sausage and cheese. That way the girls have some options. I went ahead and added about 1.5 eggs per side because I had a few that I'd gathered today that were cracked, and I thought that'll just add a little more protein to these girls. I split the dough up also to these girls' meat. All right, our sausage is done, so we're going to add half of it, or not quite half. That's plenty, and I'll freeze the rest of this for another meal. It'll just save me time later. And we're going to add a little bit of cheese. You can really do this however you want. I mean, you can add, if you want spicy, you can add spicy. Just kind of the sky's the limit. Now, I'm not going to add a lot, just a little bit. And we're going to add ham to this bowl. I've already greased my little muffin tins. I'm using the minis. And I'm just going to chop up a couple of pieces of this ham. Nothing major. If I can get the packaging open. We are just going to chop up just a small amount. About like this. We're going to pop it in here. We're going to stir these up. Now we're going to pour them in our muffin tins. I sprayed these really well, so I'm praying they don't stick. And I'm just going to use a cookie scoop and just kind of scoop those full. I don't figure there'll be a huge rise from them. All right, here's our sausage ones. I'm gonna just stir that around a little bit. We got about 1.5 pans out of the ham and cheese ones. Let's see what we do for these sausage ones. I've got 1 pan already in the oven. Ooh, I kind of got those a little full, didn't I? Got a little crazy there. Kind of clean that up so maybe it won't be such a mess later. I'll go ahead and pop these in. It says to bake at 350. I'll have to look at the minutes. But anywho, I hope they like them and I hope they don't stick. I really sprayed my pan good, so fingers crossed. But the sky is the limit with these. You can add basically anything you want to them. You can dip them in jam, gravy, syrup. That's probably what we'll do is syrup. And I'm hoping the kids really enjoy them because it would be something quick and simple I could whip together for them. And maybe, you know, give them a boost of protein here. And we're going to get about 1.5 pans out of this side. Get all these in there. And I'll see you when they're done. All right, our things are out of the oven and they smell really good. I think the girls are going to like them. I accidentally plopped one out on the floor, so it had to go in the trash. But we have all these little mini muffins and they pop out really easy, so I did good on the spray job. Anyways, once these cool, we'll give them to the girls, see what they think. So do you like it, Izzy? Pretty tasty, isn't it? These are packed with protein. They've got a little jam with them. And they are loving them. I'm going to bag up the ones they don't eat, and then they can just, Mom can warm them up for breakfast, or we can do them for a snack or supper or whatever.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Eat your food. All right, friends, tonight for our kid-friendly meal, we're going to make cheese sticks. I thought this would be really fun for the kids, and so we're going to get started. I'm going to use the same pizza dough recipe that I used to make their pizza dough the other night, but I'm only going to make half of it because Wayne and I don't eat supper, so this is just for them. So we're going to start out with 1/2 cup. Presley, let's be quiet. 1/2 cup of warm water.
Hi. Hi. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I know.
I do.
Here. Say hi, guys. You can give them a wave. All right, go watch your movie. All right, now we're going to start out with 1/2 cup of warm water. Go in there and try to be quiet. A teaspoon of yeast, and I buy mine in bulk from Sam's Club. I always just order the big, huge packs because we use a lot of yeast around here. And instead of sugar, I've been opting for honey, trying to cut down on the processed sugar with the girls and processed foods, trying to control some of that hyperactivity a little bit. And we're just going to give this a little mix. And then we're going to add a couple of teaspoons of oil and some salt. I think it's a teaspoon of salt. And 1.25 cups of flour. And we're gonna let the mixer do the work for us. That's my favorite thing, is to let the mixer do the work. So this is a 1/4 cup measure, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just gonna let this mix, and I'll show you what this beautiful dough looks like. This dough is absolutely amazing, and it's gonna be my new go-to pizza dough. So for any pizza related things, I'm planning on using this if it turns out good, and I think it will. So So we're gonna let that mix and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, our dough is nice and formed and it feels perfect. So all we're gonna do, I'm gonna get this soaking over here so we can get this cleaned up in a minute, or just set it in the sink, is we're gonna spray our pan really good. I don't want this to stick, so I just got some canola oil here and I'm just giving it a good spray. And what I'm gonna do is just pinch off little balls of this. We'll probably get 5 or 6 is what I'm kind of thinking. Let's try to get 6 because I don't want to make them huge, but we're just gonna roll these out. I'm gonna get some butter melting so we can brush the tops of them. Just gonna go ahead and pat these out. And I decided on this day to do ham and cheese because both kids like that. One doesn't like pepperoni, so that's what we're gonna go with. We're just gonna mash them out as flat as we can get them. They don't have to be perfect. I've got my butter melted. I'm gonna grab that. I just melted like, a quarter of a stick of butter. We're just gonna take like a half of a slice of ham. I'm just gonna take like 3 of these, cut them in half. It's not if it's far too big for this, but that's what I grabbed first. And we're gonna put a half of a slice of ham on each one. Oops, I cut too much. Oh well, I'll eat that one. And then we're gonna put a half of one of these cheese sticks on it. So we'll need 3. Then we're just gonna kind of wrap this around that cheese stick, like so. Put it here. All right, friends, we're just going to continue rolling all these little cheese ham roll-ups up, and then we're going to add butter, garlic, and our Italian mixture. I'm going to brush that on the tops, and we'll bake it at 350 until they're done. My grandkids loved these. They ate all but one of these for supper that night. They really enjoyed them, so we will make these again, and they were super quick and super simple. Plus it was all homemade and we didn't have all those ingredients that we can't read or understand what's in the items, and I feel like that causes a lot of problems for our kids today. All right, so we're just going to mix some Italian seasoning, some garlic and butter together in a bowl and brush that on the top of these and get them in the oven. All right, we got them out of the oven. Look at these beauties. They smell absolutely delicious. I'm going to cut one in half so you can see what it looks like, and maybe it can cool a little quicker for little Miss P. Looky there. It's like a little roll full of cheese and ham. I think they'll like these. I'll let you know in the comments if the girls enjoyed them. And I'll see you the next time I do something. All right, friends. Thank you for stopping back by our homestead. Until next time, goodbye.